In the 1970s, a wave of scientific concern swept across the globe, focusing on the potential peril of global cooling rather than the warming we hear about today. This video delves into the rise of these chilling fears, exploring the scientific debates, media coverage, and the evolution of climate models that shaped public perception and policy. As we reflect on this historical narrative, we will consider what the lessons learned from the past might mean for today's climate discourse and whether we risk making similar mistakes again. Join us as we navigate this intriguing chapter in environmental history and its implications for our future. 1. Rise of global cooling concerns. In the 1970s, the scientific community was abuzz with discussions about global cooling. This was a time when some scientists raised alarms about the possibility of a new ice age. The main culprit, according to these scientists, was increased aerosol pollution. Aerosols, tiny particles released into the atmosphere from industrial processes, were believed to block sunlight. This blockage could potentially lead to a drop in global temperatures, they warned. The idea wasn't entirely outlandish. After all, volcanic eruptions have been known to cool the planet temporarily. But the prospect of man-made aerosols causing a prolonged cooling trend was a novel and alarming thought. This concern sparked intense debate and caught the imagination of the public and media alike. 2. Scientific debate. The 1970s were marked by a heated debate among scientists. On one side were researchers who believed that global cooling was the imminent threat, citing evidence of temperature drops in the early part of the decade. They pointed to patterns in historical climate data that suggested cycles of cooling and warming. On the other side were scientists who were beginning to observe signs of global warming. They argued that the buildup of greenhouse gases posed a more significant long-term threat. This division within the scientific community led to confusion and disagreement about where to direct research and policy efforts. The lack of consensus only fueled public uncertainty and made it difficult to establish a clear path forward. 3. Impact of climate models. Climate models in the 1970s played a pivotal role in shaping perceptions of global cooling. These early models, while primitive by today's standards, suggested a cooling trend based on the data available at the time. They incorporated the effects of aerosols and other factors that could potentially lower temperatures. This data was taken seriously by policymakers and the public, who looked to scientists for guidance on future climate conditions. The models contributed to the narrative that a cooling period was imminent, influencing discussions on how to prepare for potential impacts. However, the limitations of these early models also highlighted the challenges of predicting climate trends with certainty. 4. Media coverage. The media played a crucial role in amplifying fears of global cooling. Sensational headlines warned of a new ice age, spurring public concern and anxiety. News outlets were quick to highlight the most alarming predictions, often without delving into the complexities of the science behind them. This tendency to sensationalize was not new. It is a phenomenon that continues to this day in various contexts. The media's focus on dramatic narratives helped to cement the idea of global cooling in the public consciousness. As a result, the fear of a looming ice age became a part of popular culture, influencing everything from literature to policy discussions. 5. Shift to global warming. As the 1970s came to a close, the narrative began to shift from global cooling to global warming. This change was driven by rising temperatures and increased awareness of greenhouse gas emissions. By the early 1980s, more scientists were focusing on the warming trend, which began to dominate discussions on climate change. The transition was not abrupt but marked a significant change in direction for climate science and policy. The shift also reflected an evolving understanding of the complex mechanisms driving Earth's climate. As evidence of warming accumulated, it became clear that global warming posed a more immediate and severe threat than previously thought. 6. Public policy implications. The fear of global cooling in the 1970s had significant implications for public policy. Discussions centered around measures to reduce pollution, with the aim of mitigating potential climate impacts. While the focus was on aerosols, these discussions laid the groundwork for broader environmental policies. The era marked a turning point in how societies approached environmental issues, emphasizing the importance of preventive action. The scare also underscored the need for robust scientific research to guide policy decisions. As a result, environmental policy began to take a more prominent place on the political agenda, paving the way for future climate initiatives. 7. Lessons from history. The global cooling scare serves as a poignant reminder of how scientific understanding can evolve over time. It illustrates the challenges of predicting complex systems like Earth's climate. The 1970s experience emphasizes the importance of remaining open to new data and interpretations. As scientific knowledge advances, so too must our approaches to addressing climate-related issues. The lesson here is not to dismiss past predictions but to learn from them and improve our methods. The history of climate science is a testament to the ever-evolving nature of human understanding and the need for continued vigilance and adaptation. 8. Current climate models. Today's climate models focus predominantly on warming trends, raising questions about the accuracy of past predictions. These models are far more sophisticated than those of the 1970s, incorporating a wide range of variables and data sources. While they provide valuable insights, they are not infallible. The discrepancies between past and present predictions highlight the complexities of climate science. As we look to the future, it's crucial to remember that models are tools, not crystal balls. They offer probabilities and scenarios, not certainties. This understanding is vital as we strive to make informed decisions about climate policy and action. 9. Ongoing climate discourse. The global cooling scare of the 1970s remains a topic of discussion in contemporary climate discourse. It prompts questions about the reliability of scientific predictions and the influence of external factors such as media and public perception. This ongoing dialogue underscores the need for critical thinking and open discourse in the realm of climate science. As we face new challenges, the experience of the 1970s reminds us of the importance of balancing caution with optimism. The discourse continues to evolve, reflecting the dynamic nature of both climate science and societal concerns.